Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and everybody in between, the girls, the gays, the theys, welcome to another episode of the Dubois Dish. This is basically where we can have the open, genuine conversations about the things that matter, I guess. Click subscribe down below and join in on all of these experiences. My special guest is Tyler B. I just know him as Tyler. I met him many years ago in New York City at a Fashion Week event. Was talking to this guy outside. I was probably smoking a cigarette.
It's disgusting.
He just had this presence about him. He was hilarious. He was cute. He was charming. Me and Tyler used to run the streets. Seriously. We go way back, and I'm so excited because he has just recently released his first EP called Free Falling. He's literally like family to me. He's like my little brother. Like, we called ourselves Kim and Chloe for a long time when we were out in the streets.
Oh, I think those red thermals are the coolest thing you have in this closet.
He's coming to us virtually all the way from LA, and I can't wait for you guys to see episode 10 of the Dubois Dish with my friend Tyler B.
Oh my god, hello. And we met.
Oh my god, we do match. Tyler.
Wendy.
I was listening to the EP getting ready to film, just like getting myself in the free falling mindset. But first of all, like, congratulations. What have these past like couple weeks been like for you?
So it feels crazy. Like I feel like I fully stepped into my purpose. So it's like now I feel like I'm in full artist mode. So I'm like, okay, I'm already 2 songs into the next project. So right now I'm like, go. I knew it was a good project because I knew what I put into it. It was very much so like people were like, I'm actually thoroughly shocked.
I want you to talk about your musical inspirations because I've always known that you've been a musical person because I've seen you rap bars in the backseat on the way to the club, like years of moments, right?
Well, yeah, first of all, we didn't even talk about how far back we go. We go back like...
Oh, we go back.
2015?
Probably, yeah, 7 years sounds right. Isn't that nuts?
I think for me, I'm very much so like, I love old school rap, hip hop music. It fuels my soul. I like the aggression on it. I like the hunger in it. I like the way it makes you think. I like the way you can play with the words and transcend into a whole different universe. I think it's for as long as you've known me, you know I've been a person of I need substance in people, music, clothes, food. I need substance.
Not food.
For me, I'm like really inspired by like the J. Cole's, the Kendrick Lamar's, the Jay-Z's, because Jay-Z is such like he knew how to take you into a realm that you've never been into. Like everyone can know what the hood looked like just by listening to like a Jay-Z. And then as far as like the Lauryn Hills that are like, you can have such a sonically pleasing song and it have such a hard message in it. And then you know my girl Onika.
I'm not your enemy, I'm your hero. You know, cheer up.
I think I look at her more so for the challenge of pushing myself and getting out of certain areas where I'm comfortable in and seeing like, okay, how can I expand on this, or how can I make there sound so much grander than it actually is. I take from a little bit of everyone because I feel like there's so much like creativity that you can have with it. So it's just like, why not just take your canvas and just start painting?
It's very obvious that you're also inspired by artists who push their pen. I know you write your bars. We don't have to like start any debates or conversations about that ever. You know, we're always going to know who wrote Tyler B's lyrics, okay?
When you hear Nicki Minaj spit, Nicki Minaj wrote it.
But how long does it take you to write a song, and how long does it take from your concept of a song to the final like mastered song?
So when I get the beat, I usually sit with the beat for like about like 2 weeks. I'll sit with it. I usually start with like a mumble, so I'll just mumble whatever the flow I think I want to put on there. Like I'll do maybe like 4 or 5 days with just doing the mumble references, and then the words will start to kind of like formulate, and then that's when the, I guess, overall concept comes up. Because then once the words come, you like, I know where I'm going with the conversation. Once I get the words going, I can write it in a day, and then I'll send them the demo, and if they love the demo, then I'll go and record it. I'm trying not to write on pen and paper. I'm just trying to go off of my mind, and then I'll voice demo it so I can remember the cadence, and then I write the lyrics in my notes. And I get a lot of inspiration in Houston. I don't know what it is there. It's just calm. So my mind is a lot more at ease, so everything just kind of filters through faster. I sit in my closet sometimes. It's like the weirdest places I start to get comfort in. But like, yeah, me going in the closet again, child, going back, taking it all the way back.
Triggered, can you imagine? We talked about you moving to LA. How long have you lived in LA now?
March will be 5 years.
Now, the second song on the EP is called Hollywood Tip. We on that Hollywood shit. That is my record, I'm telling you. We both are very immersed in like pop culture and just seeing everything that's going on in the media right now. How do you feel about the state of the quote unquote the gay agenda? Do you believe there is a gay agenda, and what do you think it entails?
I think right now the labels are really smart. All the labels are like, okay, we need a gay person. It was just like when females were very scarce and they had a Nicki Minaj, and all of a sudden everybody wanted to have a Nicki Minaj on their team because they see that it's profitable right now, because what Lil Nas X is doing as an artist is fucking genius. I think him and his team actually move like military people. They move so strategic, but it's so effortless. It's just like, it's genius. I think it's also a beautiful thing because it now it's showcasing that, you know what, there is, you know, a community in here that actually is very fucking talented. I said this in my interview at my listening party. I said there's so much genius that's in this world, and it's so sad how it gets undiscovered and it gets overshadowed just because it's not what the status quo is. It has to be done in a very tasteful way, and I think right now what everyone's doing is just trying to get their person. I hope and pray that it doesn't get like a messy, and it doesn't get like everyone's now like it could only be one. I feel like everyone in their respective ways can go ahead and do their stuff. Like what a Santana could do, I can't do. What I can do, a Kid can't do. What a Kid can do, Lil Nas can't do. It's everyone has their lane, and everyone should just, you know, partake in that. And even in Hollywood, I think now like there's a lot more gay roles being casted, a lot more transgender roles being casted. Are they necessarily always in the right ways? No.
No shade.
We're just in a very interesting place right now in terms of Hollywood and the LGBT community and the agenda. There's a lot of opinions coming out like every day. Black people have been more outspoken than ever, but I think so have gay people. I think so have the Jews. I feel like everybody is in a place where we want to be heard, we want to be seen, we want to be validated. That works full circle with this conversation, because you doing what you're doing right now is exactly what kids need to see, you know, the creativity, the entrepreneurship, everything. So let's get into the no hook part. No hook to me is the strongest lyrical song on the EP.
1000%. If you would have told me anything else, I would have been like, you go listen to it again.
Who is your Mount Rushmore, I would say? Like your top 5 lyrically, dead or alive, your Mount Rushmore. Are there 5 people on Mount Rushmore? I think. Just do 5 people, please.
My first one is going to be Big. I'm going to put Big and Pac together because they were kind of like, for me, similar. So I would like morph them as one. Jay-Z for sure, because he just is nuts. I'm going to say Kim. I'm not going to be biased.
What about me?
Nicki, of course. And I'm going to say me.
Period.
I gotta throw me up there because I just think, like, going back to no hook. When I started writing No Hook, I was with my ex. We were living in the apartment. It was the beginning of COVID. That year, right before COVID started, it was like 2019, right before COVID started. That was like the last song I finished. So I started with Bitch, I'm in the booth trying to give me a hit song. And I ended it saying like, Tyler be in here, so bitch, what is happening? There's a difference between being like a rapper and a lyricist. True hip hop rap heads, I think, appreciate No Hook because it is bar for bar.
So tell me about the gay rappers who are out right now, some of whom we've already mentioned, who you really enjoy. Because Santana is my bitch. Like, this thing. Who has been on your radar? Who do you listen to? Like, are there any gay rappers that you're liking right now?
I enjoy a little bit of everybody. Like I said before, it's a taste thing. I want to hear your music and make an ugly face out. Ooh, that shit Let me run it back. But I think gay rap in its entirety is evolving. Oh, I lied. I have a favorite. You know Brandon, President Ward? He has inspired me in so many different ways. He gave me the sample to one of the songs, Pop Out, which is the last song on the EP. He gave me that beat and he gave me the chorus sample reference. I was like, bro, I've never met someone who actually gave me a sample that actually sounded like something that I would actually sing. He's gonna take his shit to a whole different level.
You mentioned the last song, Pop Out. We've popped out together many a times. I told the story about, how we met, and I want to hear it from your perspective.
So, it was Fashion Week. I didn't even know what the brand was. I just knew that I was going to this showing. So I was like, okay, cool. I had on this mesh black shirt. It was like a scoop bottom. I had on this satin green bomber. I had these black jeans and these Vans. I remember I saw you when we were in the viewing, and then you were outside smoking. You were talking to Flash, because Flash was outside talking to you. We just started talking, and you looked at me over there. You were like, "So what's your?"
You look pretty good too.
You were like, "So what's your name?" I was like, "Tyler." Next to you, like, "I'm Malcolm." So then we started talking, and then there was another show. I think the next day you were going to, and you were like, "Oh, you should come to this thing." And I ended up not going to that, but then we ended up staying linked together. And then one day I think I hit you and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go into the city, like, we should link up." And you're like, "Let's go." You're like, "Let's meet at G Lounge." I'm like, "Perfect, let's do it." And since that day, it literally was like, the rest is history.
We are a family. I am not getting any younger. I'm only getting prettier. But one thing that I've learned for sure is there's so many things in life that really act as a dress rehearsal, and you don't even know what it's a dress rehearsal for, right? The things that you do and the things that are happening to you are all literally preparing you for that dream. Yeah.
It's the craziest thing when you think back on a lot of things and you like actually, if you could really remember a lot of things that you've done in your life and you look at where you're at now, you're like, bro, I remember talking about this and then I got that. And then when I was there, I was talking about this and now I got here. There's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do. And it's so cliche when people say like, believe in yourself, like you really could do what you want to do. But I'm like, no, you really actually can. I'm very comfortable in myself. I'm very comfortable in my craft, and I'm very aware of what it is that I possess. Me and Danae were talking in the kitchen the other day, and I said nerves are good until they turn into fear, because it'll psych you out. I get nervous for a lot of things too. I just don't let it get me scared, because if it gets me scared, I'm not gonna do it. It's just you have to be fearless in what you do. And also be relentless, because you need to be willing to go through whatever you need to go through and not stop to get the end goal. So yeah, so a message that basically to anybody is just like, just go. Go, no matter what it is that you want to do. If you truly, really believe in it, just go. I bet on myself all the time, because I know if I bet on myself, I know I'm going to win, because I know what I'm going to put into there. So yeah, I'm going to bet on myself, because I know at the end of the day, when the shit is time to perform or to produce it, I'm going to give you exactly what you needed, or I'm going to give you more than what you needed. I'm never going to give you less.
And that's a period.
I'm so excited for everything that's coming up for you. I'm so glad that we got to do this.
Yeah, thank you and when I gave you the idea, thank you for being so receptive to it, and thank you for wanting to do this. I think it's very good to, like, just have people who you can, like, give your ideas to and want to, like, see your vision come through. I love you to the moon and all around the universe and back. And I'm super proud of you and what you're doing. And yeah, I can't wait to see you again.
I can't wait to see you. I love you so much, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. Click subscribe down below, and thank you, Tyler, my little brother, the Kim Kardashian of our little family. I love you. Period.
Ooh, girl.
Girl.
Got the EP coming, so I had to go and tease them. I'm talking white boy, but I made them believe them. Got so many bars, really wanna be them. Got too many sons, they should really call me B. Stop playing, I'm the boss for real. If they go against me, it's gonna cost for real. Niggas dying through their teeth while I'm flossing still. Always been the first pick when they toss the deal. I mean, for me, ain't no nobody meaner than me. Taking niggas for their coin and I'm seeing the green. Got a dude on the block that be toting the rocks. Got a mogul like Diddy that be ready to box. Okay, now ain't nobody in here really fucking with my flow. Now 1100 horses, so I never really slowed down. Got so many hits, now got niggas really blown now. Engineer calling, so I really need to go now. But one thing before I hit the scene, I don't wanna see them dudes that be pressing me. I don't give y'all niggas time to the second knee. Now I'm cooking on your niggas like